Traitor Greene, as Donald Trump calls her. There was fireworks. There was lightning. Thomas Massie bringing the heat about the Epstein files. He hasn't changed the tone, but Donald Trump has changed the tone on him, making fun of his new wife. He just got remarried. And Donald Trump has the cojones to say, getting married already? Boy, that was quick. Oh my God. You probably don't want to talk about marriages, Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bald guy making fun of bald guys. He goes after Thomas Massie for getting married too quick. And even Laura Loomer is questioning. Serious questions, serious answers only. How did Representative Thomas Massie's wife actually die? Is there a police report? Is there an autopsy? Why is this such a mystery? I'd like to know. I'm just asking questions. The people that make fun of Tucker Carlson for just asking questions are now the ones asking questions. Many have brought up old pictures of Thomas Massie meeting with Democrats saying to release the files. Look, see? He hates Trump. The feud has started. The feud is in. MTG has been going on The View, podcasts, and many platforms like CNN, the most trustworthy news source in America, in all of airports, saying the feud between them is over the Epstein files and only the Epstein files. I think it's a little bit more than that, girl. Donald Trump comes out saying he is now withdrawing his support over her comments. He doesn't support her anymore. MAGA's queen from 2016 and 2025, I think she was at every single Trump rally, is no longer the darling of MAGA due to her actions. Donald Trump posted over the weekend clip after clip and picture after picture on his Truth Social going after her. What's happening? Why are they doing this? Why do we care? But people cared, and that's all that matters. And do you care? Is the other question. Are you worried about her going against Trump when there's other Republicans doing way worse things out there? The feud was in. The fight was there. Donald Trump made fun of her consistently. She pushed back. Donald Trump and his supporters like Mark Levin came out in support of Trump over these files. Then he goes on even harder against her. The fighters were set. Even Randy Fine come out in support of taking out MTG. And more people. People were posting over the weekend online. Are you with MTG or are you with Donald Trump? And then Marjorie Taylor Greene posted text messages between each other. Is this the new thing now? Women, is this a thing that women do? You guys post text message feeds? I need to prove my point. I'm going to post personal text messages between each other. Over the weekend was nuts. Even Lindsey Graham had his moment. And we're going to get into this. There's so much to talk about tonight. I'm excited. This was a wild weekend. And then Donald Trump did the one thing I have been begging him to do for months. And saying, release the Kraken. Release the Epstein files. Was this 5D chess? Was this 6D chess? Or was this 7D chess? We're going to get into it. We have a lot of funny videos and things to react to. We're going to have fun tonight. Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're a follower, drop a like on this video. It helps out the algorithms. Welcome to the freaking show. And take a swig of the sweet, sweet nectar we call coffee.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go lick the world.
Trust the government.
She sent in a little video for us. Oh. Here she is.
Hey, in spite of everything you've heard, and let me just make sure you all know that it's actually me. Say it's me.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke?
Suck on this, Biden.
Would we the all our
Pope stepping on them. There's less black.
I wear heels. They're not for a fashion statement. They're for ammunition.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
Begging for our enemies to penetrate.
Trump incited an erection.
What's up, everyone? How are you doing on this lovely Monday? This is why we love politics. This is why we have a good time on this show. And this is why I'm not partisan at all. If you're looking for a podcast that's super partisan and is going to support a candidate no matter what, this is not the show for you. We're here to have fun because politics is all about posturing and having a great time. And it's important. The whoopee dance always makes me smile. Me too. She's doing the Trump dance, I think, in that video. I think she's doing the Trump dance. How's everyone's weekend going? How are you feeling on this lovely day? Thank you guys so much for being a little early. Sorry it took me a little while to get the show pumped up and going. There was so many tabs I had to put together in the right order so it didn't look like a big jumbled mess. I apologize for that. And sorry about canceling just the other week. I had a little plumbing accident. But it's all sorted now. Praise God for that, dude. It's all sorted. Everything is all good now. So we're back and we're here and we are queer. Drop a like on this video if you don't mind. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get into the news, okay? The news over the weekend was absolutely wild. I'm excited about it, and I hope you guys are excited about it too. Swill, thanks so much for being here and holding down the fort and being the best moderator known to mankind. You deserve to be paid every freaking cent that I give you. That's just zero. Hey, wait.
Derek super chatted $2. You rock.
Hey, thank you so much, Derek, for the $2 super chat, my friend. Derek, you freaking rock, my dude. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Supporting the show, supporting the dreams of making this a full-time gig at some point in my life. I appreciate you, Derek, helping out a brother with the $2 super chat, my friend. It's not the weekend. Yeah, I know it's not the weekend, but it still feels like the weekend because in the political world, there was just so much going on with Thomas Massie and MTG getting into it with Donald Trump. And I'm here for every second of it. And I enjoy every second of it. I like that people get really emotional over politicians like yelling at each other and they feel like they have to take sides. Don't take a side. Just enjoy it. Just sit back, give it like 72 hours. It'll blow over. Everything will be fine in the end. Thomas Massie has been posting nonstop about releasing the Epstein files, and Donald Trump for a while, for the last couple months, has been against releasing the Epstein files. In fact, there has been conversation that his administration might be pressuring Republicans not to allow the Epstein files to go out, but that has changed just recently, and maybe it's a 5D chess move. We're not totally sure on that. So, and Donald Trump has been going after Thomas Massie like crazy. Here's the thing about Thomas Massie and MTG, just to start off with the show for me, and I don't know how you guys feel in the chat. I think it's a huge freaking waste of time. There are much more serious races that are going to be happening in the midterms that Donald Trump and his administration and all these crazy people, political podcasters online should be fixated on and focusing on, that are contested races that need to be won so Donald Trump doesn't become a lame duck president and then gets impeached every 5 seconds and then his agenda can't get through. There's more important things than going after Thomas Massie and MTG. They're both in districts that they'll be doing just fine. It's not a thing that we should fixate on. I know people would like to get excited about this sort of thing, but there are more serious things to fixate on. That being said, it's still amazing. It's still freaking amazing. What's up, Curious Georgia? It's still freaking amazing to me, and it's hilarious. Also kind of messed up. Donald Trump over the weekend started posting about Thomas Massie. Did Thomas Massie, sometimes referred to as Rand Paul Jr., which I like that. That's a pretty funny jab. Because of the fact that he always votes against the Republican Party. Well, he votes against like bill expenditures and stuff like that. And I get that. That would be really annoying if I was Trump too and I wanted to push down things. And then he goes, he always votes against the Republican Party. Getting married already? Apparently, waiting 18 months to get remarried after your wife dies when you have young kids is not long enough for Trump. Golly, dude. Come on, man. Boy, that was quick. No wonder polls have him less than 8% chance of winning the election. Anyways, have a great life, Thomas, and question mark. His wife will soon find out that she's stuck with a loser. Oh my God, dude. So freaking what? Maybe a distraction. Isn't so much of this stuff is a distraction, isn't it? I love that Laura Loomer is like put out. That's like she is insinuating that Thomas Massie killed his wife in some ways. Dude, Laura Loomer is wild, dude. That girl is freaking wild and a bit of a hack in my eyes. But people were posting pictures of Thomas Massie talking about the Epstein files release, which I'm a fan of releasing the files. Hey, if Donald Trump is implicit in all this and he is actually has a record of abusing teenage or underage women, I don't care. I want all of them in jail if we can do that, okay? I'm not such a partisan hack that's like, if my guy is sleeping with underage or potentially graping young women, I don't want him to go to jail because I want to win. That's not a moral platform that I feel good about standing on. So Donald Trump has not been happy about this. And Marjorie Taylor Greene has also followed suit. But people on CNN were starting to notice that she has been speaking out about Donald Trump a lot lately on The View and places like that. So much so that even Hakeem Jeffries is supporting her in doing so. Because in some ways it is breaking up a little bit of the MAGA movement or having a difference of opinion. And you guys be the judge on how you view that. And I think this is the time to do it, though. Don't do this during the middle of midterms. This is what the Democrats want. The Democrats want you to create fights, go after each other during the midterms. Get it out now. Let's get it out now. You know, get out all the emotions now. And CNN was even wondering about why she's doing this.
I have something in my heart that I think is incredibly important for our country, and that is to end the toxic fighting in politics. And this has been going on for years, and it has divided our country, split up friends and family. I love Laura Loomer. She's totally insane, though. I totally agree, and I love her for the same reasons. But you know what? If she ever heard me calling her insane, she'd like incredible rants. It'd be like the most bipolar, manic, depressive disorder rants about people. When she starts ranting about people, it genuinely gets me... It's so funny to me. It's crazy, dude. Don't get on her bad side. That's all I would say about Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, if you're hearing this, I love you. Okay? Okay? You're not Israel first, okay? These neighbors, and it's not solving our problems. If Jeffries likes her, I can't like her. Jeffries just likes anybody going after Trump. The most hurtful thing he said, which is absolutely untrue, is he called me a traitor. And that is so extremely wrong. And yeah, Donald Trump calling you a traitor. It's like ruining your day. There's literally nothing worse than Donald Trump calling you a traitor. It's basically like calling him Hitler. I love when victims like do their little victim speaks, you know, like they're just like, it's the worst day ever. By the way, I'm running for president in 2028. Please follow me. Which there's reports that she's considering running for president. Oh my God, dude. And those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger. Okay.
What do you think happened? What do you think is the reason for this? Unfortunately, it has all come down to the Epstein files, and that is shocking. And, you know, I stand with these women. I stand with rape victims. I stand with... Which at one point, I'm like, yeah, I totally agree with you. You know, that is a bad look. Donald Trump has not handled the Epstein files well. That has been like his biggest downfall in my book. As far as things that he hasn't handled well, there's a lot of things that I do like that Donald Trump is doing. So like, don't get it twisted. I'm not anti-Trump, and I'm not going to I don't regret voting for Trump. I'm not one of these psychopaths who's like, yeah, Kamala would have been better or not voting would have been better. No, I'm okay with my vote. Okay. Let's just be clear. And it's funny that she's thinking that Donald Trump is going after her because of the Epstein files.
where Donald Trump just recently said that we should release the Epstein files, which we'll get to in a second. And apparently she's canceled all her speaking engagements today after that news came out. So coincidence? I think not.
Children who
I want MTG to give us more cleavage.
were in terrible sex abuse situations, and I stand with survivors of trafficking and those that are trapped in sex trafficking. And I will not apologize for that. I believe the country deserves transparency in these files, and I don't believe that rich, powerful people should be protected if they have done anything wrong. And so I'm standing with the women, and I will continue to do my small part to get the file.
I like that she's like trying to tone down herself all of a sudden. You know, I like this new pivot. I'm a big fan of I love when politicians pivot. This is her new pivot, to be like more empathetic. She's like, I'm sorry that I was being so provocative early in my career. I want to relax a little bit. It's like, dude, Charlie Kirk just got literally executed on TV for all of us to see. Nobody cares. Okay. Just know you need to know what time it is, girl. And this doesn't make me feel with hope for this sort of thing.
Release.
You posted on X.
She's really been going ho-ho for Trump forever. He's been a little hard on her. Yeah, I know. Kiss her, Derek. It's been a while.
That President Trump is,
it has been a while,
comments fueling a, quote, hotbed of threats against you. Obviously, any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable.
Absolutely.
But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Oh! How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I think the funniest thing is, so Donald Trump pulls his support for her after all these sorts of things because she's not refusing to talk about all his great achievements, like shutting down the border, closed border, low taxes, no men in women's sports, transgender for everyone, he says, which I don't even understand what that means. Ending DEI, stopping Biden's record inflation, regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, which I think is also pretty funny. Rebuilding the military, being respected by every country in the world, etc. But over the weekend, he started posting like all these on Truth Social. Like, you choose your side, you join with the Democrats, you want to better your political future in 2028 instead of helping President Trump fix this country, which is why we voted for him again. Don't let your door hit you on the way out. So all these like big MAGA supporters of Trump were all against her and very angry with her. And she still thinks it's because of Epstein, which could be true. It could be. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Also, she put out a huge bill for H-1Bs, which we'll get to in a little second. But you know it's bad when even MSNBC is like celebrating MAGA's split or whatever they think is happening.
With every swanky party, even the Gatsby one, every foreign dignitary, every business tycoon, every tech mogul billionaire that's been wined and dined very opulently by Donald Trump.
God, I hate this. The sound sounds so bad.
Comes a dawning realization among his once very loyal supporters that when Donald Trump said America first, what he actually meant was Trump and the billionaires first. The cracks in the MAGA coalition are getting bigger and bigger by the day.
So even MSNBC is celebrating MAGA cracks. Okay. Okay. And then Donald Trump comes out against her over the weekend as he's about to board the plane and gives her a new nickname, which is so funny. It's up to 10 wars now. No, I think it's up to 13. Donald Trump has stopped at least 100 wars.
Her life could be in danger because of the rhetoric.
Her life is in danger? Who's that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she says.
Marjorie Traitor Greene.
Marjorie Traitor Greene. I could hear that. I could hear that again.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she says.
Marjorie Traitor Greene. I don't think her life is in danger. I don't think.
Yeah, her life is in danger because you called her Marjorie Traitor Greene. Okay, golly, dude. Dude, when did Republicans become such snowflakes? What the frick? It's your life is in danger. You're in desperate danger. You're in desperate danger. Over the weekend, as the back and forth continued between MTG and Donald Trump, she also went on a Twitter spree talking about how Americans are struggling to afford life in America today, which is true for a lot of people. I always said that the biggest issue, the underlying issue that is on everyone's mind is always going to be the economy. After tyrannical COVID lockdowns and gigantic government spending bailouts, inflation has driven costs out of control, while American jobs have been replaced by visa holders and illegals. God, I can't even read. Trump I the goat. Yes, it's so funny. But even Mark Levin came out in support of no longer endorsing MTG because, you know, she said a few things about not being against Israel. So, of course, Mark Levin is pumped about that sort of language. And Donald Trump was asked again about his thoughts on her in the plane. So he was asked outside of the plane, in the plane, because you know how reporters like to drum up a little drama, because politics is bravo for men and some women. It's just about the same. Marjorie Traitor Brown.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is not anyway. I mean, she is a very different thinking than I have. Something happened to her over the last period of a month or two where she changed, I think, politically. I think that her constituents aren't going to be happy. Already, I have people calling me. They want to challenge her to a race in her district in Georgia. And, you know, that's too bad. She's lost a wonderful conservative reputation. But when she says, don't go overseas, if I didn't go overseas, we might be in a war right now with China.
Which is very exciting for me because I was just thinking we need another war. My picture with Thomas Massie proves Thomas Massie surrounds himself with clowns. Thomas Massie is pretty libertarian. I will give you that. He is not very populist. And Trump, in a lot of ways, is the big reason why the things for me that kind of irk me about Trump every once in a while is that he walks away from a little bit of the populist movement. And I always want him to go back to it. It's not something like I hate him over, and I realize it's not going to be perfect in my eyes. Fan of populism at the moment, and I think Thomas Massie will not jump on board. Though I still am I'm not crazy when I say this. I think it's a giant waste of time to even go after these two. There's other more serious races to focus on. I mean, is Vivek going to win Ohio? I don't even know. Randy Fine. So Hakeem Jeffries posted this tweet, of course, drumming up drama over the weekend. Marjorie Taylor Greene is crushing Donald Trump right now, he says. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So they're excited about that. And then I think over the weekend it was the funniest to watch all these influencers that, you know, as soon as Trump says something or goes after somebody, it's like the pylon starts. Pay attention to anyone supposed MAGA. Look at that space. Okay. You're a bot. Okay, there are so many bots on X, it's not even funny. That is like a double space out of nowhere. Pay any attention to any supposed MAGA or conservative peoples coming out in support of MTG. They're all panicins and D-simps. They're not to be trusted. So, wait. Mark Levin, who is a big DeSantis supporter, also Ben Shapiro was one too. What are we talking about here? It was like the craziest thing ever. Then MTG posted this saying that she's going to introduce a bill to end mass replacement on American workers by aggressively phasing out the H-1B program. Big techs, AI giants, hospitals, and industries across the board have abused the H-1B system to cut out our own people, she says. Americans are the most talented people in the world, and I have full faith in the American people. I serve Americans only, and I will always put Americans first. Sure. My bill eliminates the corrupt H-1B program and puts Americans first, again in the tech, healthcare, and engineering, manufacturing, and every industry that keeps this country running. I do support this bill. Doesn't mean I support her over Trump. I I want Americans to get back into American greatness. But many people were asking and thinking, wait a minute, you were for H-1B programs not too long ago. So why the sudden change? Is it because Donald Trump is calling you a traitor now? I think so. Because just over a year ago, she came out with this huge argument saying that we need H-1Bs. We have to have H-1Bs. I mean, her on the Tim Dillon podcast said it herself not too long ago.
As a conservative and as a business owner in the construction industry and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that.
Okay.
Right. So, and I'm going to get pushback on.
Right. If it affects the industry in which you're financially accounted to, that's a problem, right?
On that, but it's I'm just living in reality from here on out.
Yeah.
And if anybody's mad at me for saying the truth, then I'm sorry.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying the truth. Well, you're against it now, so it's very confusing for me. It's just very confusing. What's up, Yakobed? I supported Trump in the second announcement of his 2024 campaign. Nice. I've been on Trump since 2016, okay? I've been on Trump since my family was all about Ted Cruz. Speaking of Ted Cruz, God, we have some news coming up. Typical government lip service. I totally agree, Willie. What's up? Oh man, Elon is gonna try to buy MTG and Massey for his BS third party. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. Don't get wrapped up in this crap unless you enjoy it, unless you think it's fun. You know, maybe get a little partisan. Go partisan. Go nuts. You know, sometimes it's fun to just mix it up and go a little crazy. I'm trying to be a little bit more grounded. You know, I just want to win in some of these contested races. If Donald Trump fixates on Thomas Massey and MTG's districts instead of these other contested districts, and we lose in a landslide, but then those people are changed out, that's not a win in my book. That's not a win. So let's get it out. Trump and MTG, just get it out. Get it out of your system now. It's wonderful to see. And I like this new move that I'm seeing a lot of these political podcasters doing, is that we have Candace Owens dropping Charlie Kirk text messages, private text messages back and forth. And now we have MTG dropping private text messages between her and DJT. What is this move, dude? That's so cringy to me. I hate it so much. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Gosh, she is so cringe. So she drops a couple text messages. And I kind of agree with Cernovich on this one. Mike Cernovich says, the IQ test is knowing Massey is a taxpayer-funded influencer, obsessed with stunts, but he also is no danger of losing his primary. And that is money is being wasted when we already have a tough map. I totally agree. Yes, Thomas Massey is a bit of a pain in the neck for Trump and his supporters and what he wants to accomplish. And same with MTG at the moment. But at the same time, he's not something to fixate on. You know, just let him be his thing. You know, Thomas Massey has a lot of good things to say. Thomas Massey has a new bill coming out pretty soon for farmers, which I totally support, which is helping small farmers, which I don't see a lot of Republicans doing that sort of thing. So he's not all bad. It's not all bad. Remember, in politics, nobody's perfect. And if you fixate on perfection, you're never going to be happy. You're just never, ever, ever going to be happy. Candace has become too emotional to trust. I'm thinking about making a video on Candace. I have like a different take than what everyone's saying. I think it's fun, Derek. Okay, Jesse, thank you. Me too. It's a good time. Let's have a good time, okay? Politics is crazy. You say crazy things. They lie 1 minute, then they tell you another thing the next minute. All politicians will do it all the time. They'll double down on their lie. And you can get mad about this sort of thing, or you can just remember that these people are psychotic, crazy, deranged psychopaths that want to be in charge of your life, and just let them be nuts, okay? Or, challenge them. which I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm thinking about challenging Lindsey Graham. It's fun on the Derek O'Shea show. Okay, good. Because I think over the weekend, so Alex Jones posted this very sentimental tribute that Trump needs to, and MTG needs to come together and do it for each other.
The situation between President Trump and MTG is very, very dangerous. It's not just isolated to Trump being mad at her for her disagreeing with him on some issues. It goes back to Elon Musk being driven out of the administration and Doge getting partially derailed.
It's all that blue drugs he takes, what is that, blue methylene or whatever?
The polls,
that's why he looks so jacked.
All the numbers showed that killed that massive wave coming in. Trump had the highest approval rating he's ever had. People loved it. Now he's figured out that was wrong. He's bringing Musk back and has given him the head of NASA and the rest of it. But we need Musk completely back. We have to have a big tent in our populist, conservative, nationalist, common sense coalition.
Yes.
We don't need to be at war with Thomas Massie or MTG or any of these people.
I agree. Who
or
cares?
Senator Rand Paul. Yes, they vote their conscience like Ron Paul did.
Yeah.
Ron Paul really built, along with myself and many others, the modern launch pad that Trump came in on.
Yeah.
I agree with 95% of what Trump does. But when I criticize him on issues I think are wrong, like saying Epstein's a hoax, no, you being involved is a hoax.
Yeah.
Now you say, oh no, the Democrats are involved, investigate them. Damn right. So when I saw Trump wrong on that, I said, that's wrong. Oh, my constituents aren't my constituents. If you think Epstein thing is real, you're not MAGA. He lost like 6, 7, 8
that was
points,
weird.
according to all the top pollsters that I trust.
That was weird.
Deadly accurate, like Mark Mitchell over at Rasmussen off that. And he kind of built it back, and now he's doing it again.
Okay, you guys are making me want to do a Candace video. I think I figured out Candace, but I'll drop it. I'll drop it soon.
If you actually watch MTG in these interviews, she says she loves Trump and he's the best, and she agrees with almost everything he's doing except this, and that, because
he's standing beside a highway because he's in Austin, Texas.
Constituents, and she's allowed to have her views, and we're not in a cult. Instead, he said really mean things about her, and now people are trying to say choose a side.
Yeah, it's stupid. Don't choose.
This is hurting Trump. It's hurting America. It's hurting MAGA.
It's not worth it.
And
the left will love. They will absolutely love this. They'll feed into it, and the bots or whatever the bots in which they pay for to drum up this kind of drama, they will eat it up. What I would say is don't join them. Don't join them. Let it pass over. Let the crazy people who are just grifting off of emotions in order to drum up their support and their base, let them do that. They're gonna do that, but don't join that. Who cares, man? There are God, there are bigger issues in America than worrying about MTG. Okay, she hits like 99% of the issues right. Okay, a lot of her issues with Trump, I had issues with Trump over the same thing. Okay, doesn't mean I'm a horrible person. It means that you need to pressure your politicians. Even if you like your politicians, you pressure them to do the things that you want them to do. It doesn't mean you hate them. It doesn't mean you're against them. It just means, hey, you're in leadership. I'm not. I would like you to really fix the H-1B program. I would really like you to drop the Epstein file thing like you promised you were going to do. And don't call me anti-MAGA for wanting that. That's ridiculous. This is a thing that you've been pushing for a while. And the craziest thing for me over the weekend was while Donald Trump was going after MTG and Thomas Massie, he was out golfing with Lindsey Graham over the weekend. Okay. What the dude? What the frick? What the frick are you doing, dude? Okay, if you're going to try to tell me that MTG is a problem, but he is not, you are psychotic, okay? You are the problem, okay? Lindsey Graham is the worst of the worst. He is everything I hate about Republicans, okay? This guy, I can't even believe this guy is in America golfing at the moment. I'm surprised he's not in Ukraine right now with his boyfriend. Allegedly. Allegedly. Okay. This guy over the weekend golfed with Donald Trump. What a great day playing golf with Donald Trump. So much fun today at the Trump Golf Course Classic. This will benefit the Republicans' cause greatly. President Donald Trump is very generous with his time, and I appreciate all who made this a hugely successful. Thank you, President Trump. And people were noticing it too over the weekend. Even he posted a True Social. Happy birthday to Senator Lindsey Graham. He's always there when I need him. That is so gay. Why is he always there when you need him, dude? What? Ew. Ew. What kind of friend is that, man? What kind of freaking friend is that? Lindsey Graham is the worst of the worst because he's one of the most likable senators for sure. He's a funny guy. Yeah, he's just great. He's just great. Happy birthday to Lindsey Graham. He's always there when I need him. And I hope everyone in the great state of South Carolina will help Lindsey have a big win on his re-election bid next year. I did. I voted for Lindsey Graham twice, okay? It's one of my biggest regrets in my life, okay? It was before I got into politics, okay? Gosh, don't judge me over that, okay? If you're going after MTG and Thomas Massey and you're partying with Lindsey Graham, come on, brah. But I think the craziest thing for me, okay, over the weekend was we had some Epstein files being dropped. We had Epstein files being dropped, and some of the Epstein files came in the form of emails. And some of the things that were coming out were interesting. We have an insane video to talk about in a second regarding the Epstein files and what actually got dropped. But I think the funniest one for me and what Democrats and everyone jumped on was there's this weird email going back and forth between Jeffrey Epstein and his brother, Mark Epstein. And in an email to Jeffrey Epstein, Mark Epstein asked if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. And you're out golfing with Lindsey Graham? Come on. You're not beating the allegations. And so people all around the internet were going, who is Bubba? And there's been reports of Bubba is a code name or a nice, a friendly way of calling Bill Clinton is a nickname for Bill Clinton is Bubba. And so there was just meme after meme after meme over the weekend saying, oh my God, Donald Trump is the first bisexual president we have in office. And now every time I listen to this song, I'm thinking of things differently. There's a place you can go, I said, young man. When you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the... Why is Trump gay? But apparently Mark Epstein cleared this whole thing up and said that Bubba was just a horse that Putin owned, and it was just a big joke. But of course, every Democrat ran with this story saying that Donald Trump was literally doing sexual acts on Bill Clinton that came out. But in reality, this is what was most important that got dropped over the weekend, is that we found out that during a serious session, we have a Democrat congresswoman from the Virgin Islands being fed questions from Jeffrey Epstein regarding going after Donald Trump in the middle of the session, and it was caught on camera. Check this out. I mean, it's nuts. New release documents reviewed by the Washington Post appear to indicate that during the 2019 hearing where Michael Cohen testified, Jeffrey Epstein was texting Senator Delegate Stacey Plaskett, Democrat from the Virgin Islands, during the session. The Post reviewed multiple video feeds from the hearing and matched the text, which were sent in Pacific time with the video. Absolutely insane. Look at this. I mean, look at this. This is crazy.
This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States.
Text from Jeffrey Epstein. Are you chewing?
This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States. And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he
She just texted back, no, not anymore.
Commented that only black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend, Mr.
Text from Jeffrey Epstein. Cohen brought up Rona.
Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this
Keeper of the
even
secrets.
today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony.
She texts back, Rona?
You have suggested you are going to review that. Did you review? Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record? Yes or no?
Yes.
She says, quick, I'm up next. What is the acronym?
Question, you helped out the president's campaign or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today. It was your idea for the campaign.
That's his assistant.
Dating back to 2011. Is that accurate?
He's literally texting a Democrat. He's texting. This has always been the thing for Epstein for me. How deep does the ties go?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They are.
Are there other people?
He was feeding her questions and feeding her information in the middle of the hearing.
That we should be meeting with?
So, Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
Oh, so great. You asked me that question. Epstein just told me about that.
You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ms. Rona.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I know who you're tied to. I'll do whatever you say.
What is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, she was.
Apparently, Epstein had a big vendetta with Donald Trump. Apparently, he had a huge vendetta with Donald Trump. What the F is up with Trump? I don't know, dude. I think honestly, this email text exchange between Mark Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein about Donald Trump and doing things to Bubba, I would just say that this is just two dudes talking crap back and forth to each other on an email chain. I mean, that's all I could see for that. Why do they keep voting for Lindsey Graham and SC? Because a lot of people in South Carolina will vote for a Republican no matter what. And nobody challenges Jeffrey Epstein. Nobody challenges Lindsey Graham is why he keeps getting voted in. I just see this as two guys talking crap back and forth in reality. But the craziest thing to me was also Megyn Kelly came out in support of Jeffrey Epstein in some kind of way, saying he's not a pedo. I'm confused.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything.
Okay.
And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this.
Okay.
But that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls.
Ew. What? He wasn't a pedo, but he liked 15-year-old girls. Oh my God, dude. What? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? 15, that is disgusting, dude. Oh my God. 8th graders? 9th graders? What are we talking about now? It's not that bad. But he wasn't like a bad guy. He was into 15-year-old girls. I mean, he was like in his 50s and 60s. It's barely legal. Okay, that's definitely illegal in my book.
Like he liked 15-year-old girls.
I love that she's like, her guess is like, I forget her name. I like her. She's funny at some points. But you just said, Okay, this is why I can never be invited on shows like this. I can never be invited on a show with Megyn Kelly, okay? Because if Megyn Kelly literally said that to me while on air, I would just start laughing and being like, did you just hear what you said? What? 15 is cool? It's just barely legal? What are we saying, dude? I couldn't hold in my laughter and be like, okay, this is like too insane for me to comprehend at this moment. And so I would laugh and it would just get awkward between us, and she would never invite me back on.
Person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was in.
I know someone. Yeah, exactly. Who's this someone you know?
To the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls.
Okay, cool.
And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely
okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because at first we were freaking out for a second there.
Not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts.
Okay, thanks.
That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that okay. To be fair, that's worse, but it's also really bad. Okay, can we all agree on that?
But he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material.
Okay, I'm on YouTube. Hello.
On his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh, no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't.
He seemed like a good guy. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. What?
I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore.
Okay, look, she's laughing. She's like, I'm uncomfortable with this. Why are you talking about this with me on the show?
Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14.
Right. If you were at least 11, that's okay. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Megan? What are we doing here, dude? What? It still makes him a PDF. I totally agree. Okay, but finally over the weekend, okay, as the great point towards the end, Donald Trump has handled this Epstein files either in 5D chess or it's been the most catastrophic, insane back and forth thing I've ever seen in my life. From the binders being handed out to the social media influencers that said the most transparent administration, to saying that if you want the Epstein files out, you're not a supporter of him, to saying that's an Epstein hoax, to saying now he's saying we need to release all the files. And maybe it's a hoax. Maybe, and to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt now, maybe the whole thing, reason why he was calling it a hoax, because the Democrats were trying to pin Donald Trump as something bad, but he's did nothing bad, so they're calling it a hoax for that reason. I don't know. All I know is that you need to be able to you need to release these files, bro. Okay? you encouraged us, you pushed us, and you made us believe that this is a possibility. And then you get in, and we have people like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino looking into like scared little dogs, talking about like Epstein definitely offed himself in that jail. There's no question about it. I've seen the video or whatever he said in that interview. And now we've been going back and forth, and this has been one of these things. It's like the Democrats are just killing it on points against you. Just release the files. If there's nothing to hide, you're making it feel like there's something to hide, and that I don't like that. And now he finally says that he supports the House Republicans on voting to release the Epstein files. Has this all been a 5D chess move to get Democrats to really think there's something in them, and then when he releases it, it makes them all look bad? Look, we have this video of the Democrat senator getting representative from Virgin Islands. Well, that kind of checks, but also a Democrat getting text message from Epstein. And now he's saying we need to release all the Epstein files so we can get Republicans back to the point, which is the economy and affordability, which I totally agree. That's where we are winning big. Well, we need to win big even more. And so we'll finally get them released. Because remember when Donald Trump Jr. said, show us all the Epstein client lists now. Why would anyone protect these scumbags? I remember that tweet. I remember when you tweeted this. So it's a good time. And Donald Trump said this in as my last video. Donald Trump said this today.
Can I clarify something you posted on Truth Social last night? You urged House Republicans to vote in favor of this Epstein release bill they're going to vote on tomorrow. I just want to be super clear on your position. Do you want to see that pass the Senate? Would you sign that bill if it gets to your desk?
I do want to. Here's what I want.
Okay.
We have nothing to do with Epstein. The Democrats do. All of his friends were Democrats. You look at this Reid Hoffman.
Which makes sense why Donald Trump was even talked about back in those days, because Donald Trump was, in fact, a big Democrat donor.
You look at Larry Summers, Bill Clinton, they went to his island all the time, and many others. They're all Democrats. All I want is for people to recognize the great job that I've done on pricing, on affordability.
Also, I'm a big fan of Donald Trump's new voice. Is he sick or something? I like this new sexy voice.
Affordability, because we brought prices way down, but they're going way lower. On energy, on ending 8 wars and another one coming pretty soon, I believe. We've done a great job. And I hate to see that deflect from the great job we've done. So
same.
I'm all for it. You know, we've already given 50,000 pages. You do know that. Unfortunately, like with the Kennedy situation, with the Martin Luther King situation, not to put Jeffrey Epstein in the same category, but no matter what we give, it's never enough. You know, with Kennedy, we gave...
We'll give it all then.
Everything, and it wasn't enough. With Martin Luther King, we gave everything, and it's never enough.
Wanted to super chat before you leave us tonight.
Hey, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Jess. I really, really freaking appreciate that. I appreciate that. So we're going to release the Epstein files finally. And Donald Trump is in full support of that. It's really awesome to actually see. I'm a big fan of that. I think that's his biggest bugaboo. I think Donald Trump has handled the Epstein situation very poorly. But if he releases, him saying, I think the Republicans should vote in favor to release it, we're all good, dude. We're all good. Let's keep going. Let's keep freaking going. I'm a big fan of it. Just keep it going. There's no reason. If you're not implicated, who cares? And if you are implicated, sorry. let's arrest all of them. Like, I don't want any kind of nasty people running this country like that. That's disgusting, dude. I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts? Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Trump picked an RFK accent. Dude, this accent. Let's hear that again. I need to hear this accent.
On pricing, on affordability, because we brought prices way down, but they're going way lower. On energy, on ending 8 wars and another one coming pretty soon, I believe. We've done a great job. And I hate to see that deflect from the great job we've done. So I'm all for it. You know, we've already given 50,000 pages. You do know that. Unfortunately, like with the Kennedy situation, with the Martin Luther King situation, not to put Jeffrey Epstein in the same category, but no matter what we give, it's never enough.
Dude, he is bringing sexy back with that voice. Finally, we have a president that's willing to be sexy on the camera for all of us. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Don said if he ever ran for president, he would run as a Republican because they are all most gullible. Did he really say that? Trump is channeling Alex Jones. He kind of is, isn't he? He kind of is. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know if there would be something better. Didn't know if there would be something better.
On affordability, because we brought prices way down, but they're going way lower. On energy, on ending 8 wars and another one coming pretty soon, I believe. We've done a great job. And I hate to see that deflect from the great job we've done. So I'm all for it. You know, we've already given 50,000 pages. You do know that.
I do know.
Unfortunately, like
Talk
with
to
the
us,
Kennedy
Trump.
situation, with the Martin Luther King situation, not to put Jeffrey Epstein in the same category, but no matter what we give, it's never enough. You know, with Kennedy, we gave everything, and with Martin Luther King, we gave everything, and it's never enough.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate you. I hope this hour has been the best hour of your day. Let's have fun tomorrow. I'm going to make a Candace video. You guys have inspired me. I'm going to give my thoughts on Candace. I think something else is happening. Everyone's calling her this and that, but I think something completely else is happening. If you guys don't mind dropping a like on this video, I'd greatly appreciate it. And remember, things are going to get blown over. Things are going to happen. Things are going to change. And don't get wrapped up in the ups and downs. So much of politics is like a time thing. Just let it roll. Charlie Sheen and Zorro Mondavi 2028. Been the best hour? Okay, good. Okay, good. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go make some